very sharp spiders.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video of the little spider that gets hit by a broom and explodes into baby spiders?
Oh, I will pay you.
Competing.
This is my first time over here because what it is. You're Chris Matthews. Oh, I absolutely not. No, I'm okay with all of it.
Only day.
No, I was able to put it away.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding? I'm getting so much. I don't know why you're not even
It works.
Is that what you were like trying to think of?
Wait, I feel like it's not relevant to.
Alright, do you want to see the mask video?
I feel like we do. I feel like we got
This
it.
was just called Eye of the Tiger. Yo, what's up? Please.
Yeah.
It
Works out.
Wait, this is real?
Really?
That was a cartoon.
That's wrong.
Kira, what
Oh.
is this?
It's inspiration. Is there any like non-PG backstory to that? No, that's the whole story.
Feelings coming away. There's wonder in most everything I see.
Really?
Not a cloud in the sky, got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. I'm on the top of the world.
Is this not what you were thinking of?
Kira, I could.
Please wait. This is not even
Next video.
Oh wow, that was a commercial. Okay.
No, I'll let Chris take over because.
Now for something completely different.
Yeah, good.
Okay, interesting way to start out the meeting here. No problem. Thank you all for being here tonight. Welcome to the first ESWRIT General Meeting of 2019. So I'm sure by now many of you are familiar with the IPCC Special Report on Global Warming that was published back in October. The fact of the matter is this, we have 12 years to change the course of history and keep the average global rise in temperature below 1.5 degrees Celsius. Everything is on the line, from supercharged storms and wildfires to food and water security to inevitable mass displacement of people away from the most affected regions of the world. 12 years. 12 years is not a lot. I've said it before and I'll say it again. We are faced with an exceptionally unique position. The world has to make a tremendous societal and technological leap within the first decade of our professional lives. Don't think about this as a heavy responsibility that you've been burdened with. Think about this as an opportunity to prove your mettle as an engineer. Because the choices we make in this room tonight will have a significant effect on your future and by extension on the future. We are engineers. The future we inhabit is the future we build. Let's make it a good one. So on that note, I'd like to hand things off to the rest of eBoard, who is going to clarify some of the ways that we can do that. And here is our agenda for tonight. So we're gonna start off with actually the introduction to the semi-annual report.
Yeah, I would just look out for the email.
Okay, that's fine. And then we're gonna do the project's overview. We're gonna talk about membership, events we have coming up, and the annual conference, which is coming up sooner than you might think. And then we'll have project breakouts if we have time. So without further ado, Bree.
Okay, well, you just put a lot of pressure on this, so. Projects. Okay, so, for those of you who were here last fall, a lot of you were involved in one of these projects. If you weren't here, there were 5 major projects that all ESW members were able to work on. There was another one that we had sponsored and another one that a couple of us were part of that was related to senior design. So for these 5, I realized as I put these pictures up, it looks like we built a greenhouse. We didn't. But we built some mobile water stations that you're going to see later this spring around campus. That way it'll reduce the use of plastic water bottles. Hopefully that's the goal. Another one where we started a campus cleanup. I'll talk a little bit more about that, but they basically removed a car from the woods. We dug a big hole. And Lainey will talk more about that later, because they didn't finish yet, but we dug a big hole. So this greenhouse is located at Taproot Collective's First Market Farm. This is part of a Build Day project where right now we're in the planning stage, but we're gonna be doing a little bit more work over at that location. So you'll recognize this, you'll see this again. And then the last one is from a partnership with a nonprofit called Flower City Pickers, where a solar dehydrator was built so that we can try to reduce some of the food waste, which they're already doing over at Flower City Pickers. So that was just kind of a big general, this is what we've done, but that's kind of a lot for one semester, right? But that's about how much we've accomplished every semester for the past couple of years. So I'm going to be talking about some projects that we're going to be working on that have some big scopes, but they're totally, accomplishable with the teams that you're going to be working with. And hopefully all of you will want to join one of these projects. If not, there's tons of other opportunities to get involved. So we'll move on to just kind of a list of projects that we have. So we have 5 projects that we've picked out that we definitely want to get done this semester. There's more opportunities than that. This down here, you'll see again, once you sign up for a project, there's the list of the first 5 projects that you see up there. Those are ones that we definitely need to get done. If you see these other supplemental projects and you say, I really want to work on this, you absolutely can. And if you have another project that you want to work on, you can propose a project and work on that as well. Or if you just have an idea that you think would be cool, that maybe you don't necessarily have the skills or have the time to work on, you can propose that also. So there's going to be a chance to sign up for these projects, but first you're going to hear about all of them. So the first one, I'm going to have the project leaders that are already working on these projects come up. So Carson is working on this project and she's going to tell you a little bit about it. Sorry.
Yeah, so this is the Taproot Collective's Build Day project. So Build Day is a program where ESW Global sponsors a team to build a project in 1 day. So right now, obviously, we're in the planning phase of that. It's going to be built, you can see, in about mid-March. So right now, we have a design finalized, and right now we're working on logistics, trying to buy materials and ship them to RIT and then to the site. And then also we're working on just kind of finalizing the plan and trying to figure out how exactly we're going to build this and what stages, that sort of thing. So this is a really interesting project. There's going to be a lot of work involved, but it's going to be really rewarding at the end because Taproot Collective is a great nonprofit. They do a lot of teaching, a lot of education in the inner city of Rochester about gardening. Really big, great group. Yeah, so right now we need a few more people to help plan logistics, but in mid-March for the building, we need everybody to come out and help build this because it's a big project. We need a lot of people to help dig, build pipes, that sort of thing, and it'll be great. yeah, so if you want to join it, talk to me later.
Okay, so like Bree had mentioned, this is the project that we're working on is building a solar cell phone charging station for Peace Village, which is a homeless community in downtown Rochester. We did a lot of work last semester. A lot of what that entailed was hashing out our design. We held a design review right at the end of the semester, figured out all the electrical components that we need. The foundation, we dug a hole for the foundation. And really what we're looking forward to this semester is we're continuing to work with the city to actually get this implemented, and then once it is nicer out, to actually put this into the community for them to use to charge their cell phones. We have a couple members still here this semester, which is great, but if you guys are interested in this project, reach out to me. Want me to hit the next? Sure. I did it.
So if you're looking to do a solar project, but maybe you don't want to hop in right in the middle, there's an opportunity to kind of start at the beginning and do a different solar project. It's pretty similar. It's going to be used to help run this, which we call the bug hut. Some of you may have heard of it. It's going to be a black soldier fly larva composting kind of little hut. So food from maybe Gracie's or somewhere else on campus will end up here rather than going to the landfill. But it has no energy source at this point. So ideally we want to run this thing just on solar. Might not be possible, but at least partially on solar. So there's going to be a lot of logistics and planning and designing. Right now we have this spray painted orange thing that'll fit 2 solar panels, but we have 5 total that we can use for this project. So it'll be nice to try to figure out how is the best way to mount that, the solar panels, stuff like that. This is Dawn. She kind of runs the community garden, so you'll be working with her a lot. So this is one of the projects that we don't have a project leader for. So if you're looking for more of a leadership role, this is a really good opportunity. If you're just looking to get involved, that's fine too. But this is something that we're also hoping to do a lot of the planning during the cold months and then implement it when it gets a little bit warmer.
Hi, I'm Renee. I'm the project leader for the Haiti Arbor Loop project. And so basically the Arbor Loop is a toilet design designed to be used in countries that don't have water or rural areas as a place for people to go to the bathroom. And so basically this project has been worked on by some senior design teams in recent years. And now they're looking for ESW to kind of come in and work with this a little bit more. So if you were gonna decide to come and join me and work on this project, we're gonna be working a little bit more with the design aspect of things and refining the manufacturing process of this, because eventually this design right here, we want this to be able to be used in Haiti by people who live there as an alternative way to use the toilet. So there's also a possibility of a field study in Haiti if you were to join this team. That would also require some grant write-ups and helping us look for money if you were gonna come and join this project. So yeah, feel free to just come by and talk to me after the presentation.
Hey, I'm Ben. I'm the project leader for Biomimicry Challenge Design. I'm really excited about this project and I hope I get some of you guys on board with this. Looking for some really creative people who are in design, stuff like that. Because what this project is it's taking a problem that we think that's wrong with the environment and then making a solution for that using something that was inspired by an organism or some type of living organism, something like that. So some of the ones that were made in the past, there was a soil erosion solution that was inspired by the eyelid of a kingfish or something like that. So these crazy cool ideas that people are coming up with of ways to solve environmental issues we have with a natural perspective on it. So like I said, if you decide to join the project, which I hope you do, we're gonna throw a lot of ideas around, a lot of creative ideas and stuff like that, and then start to design stuff, and hopefully we come with a really cool product in the end. So, good job.
And I know that all of those sound great, you wanna join all of them, but if you think any of them sound lame, or you wanna go off and do your own thing, there's plenty of other opportunities. So just kind of talk about some of these opportunities. Some of you have seen the solar cart, call it the Solar It. It needs a couple updates, couple things to actually get it going. So if that's something you wanna work on, you definitely can. We also have the continuation of the campus cleanup. The campus isn't clean yet, believe it or not, it's not perfect yet. Chris made a really cool trash map down at the bottom. So that area was the area where, they removed the car, but there's plenty of other trash around. You can kind of pick and choose how you want to do that, whether you just want to go pick up trash on your own, or if you want to get a whole, event going, get the whole campus involved, kind of totally up to you. We've been working on an aquaponics project on and off, so we've done 2 iterations of it so far. We can continue going on kind of that path and experimenting with that. There's also opportunities to get involved with some people that might want this product. For example, the Greenhouse Cafe works with aquaponics, so that might be a good partnership if that's something you want to initiate. We also have our own greenhouse here. If you want to do some updates, that would be really helpful. Right now, obviously isn't the best time for actually doing work in there, but we could use some more raised beds that maybe you can make in the Berthan Lab, or little things where the tarp's off of it and we're gonna have to figure out how to get it back on in time to start doing some starter plans. And you can really get creative with that because it's kind of our own space, which is really nice. And there's plenty of other opportunities. If you want to propose your own project, there's just a little form. It's pretty simple questions. Why do you want to do this? How many people do you need? And I can help you get those resources to get the project done. If you have any questions in general about kind of, I don't know if I qualify to be a project leader, I want to know how I can propose my own project, come up to me after. But at the kind of end of all this, you'll have the opportunity to start signing up for projects and start talking to the project leaders, get to know more about the projects. Oh, this is supposed to be for Oregon, who's not here.
Okay.
Do you want to do it? Thanks.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this should be pretty self-explanatory. If you would like to use our $10, you'll get all the stuff over in full membership. Otherwise, you'll be an associate member. If you're an associate member last year and you were in a project, we ask that you upgrade to full. Otherwise, everything is pretty much the same. Does anybody have any questions about this? I'm gonna leave it up for like a minute for you guys if you want. Yeah, Chris.
If I want to pay my dues, where can I go?
Good question. So on our website, there's a tab called membership. You can't miss it. I don't think you can miss it. It's pretty obvious. It's on the top. I'm worried if I close out of the PowerPoint, I will destroy it.
Not that I'm any better, but.
Okay, so this is our website, and membership is right here. So that's where you go. Okay, any questions? Cool. See me after the meeting if you want, or if you have any questions about this, I guess. Your help. Do it.
Oh, look, events. So, first event this semester, we're doing a
Skating Friday. So this is a comment if you want, but this is how at least I'm gonna look like. Probably don't. So this will be at your own discretion. I have 0 experience ice skating. I've never been to Ritter Arena in my 5 years here, 4 years, whatever you call it. So this will be fun, nice bonding experience to all fall over together. But bring $5 if you don't have skates. It's only $2 to skate if you have your own. But remember your ID and
Oh, you did so good.
so yeah. Remember your ID. If you have an ESW t-shirt, wear it. If you want an ESW t-shirt, you can order those.
Do you know what their payment options are? I'm sorry, I should have asked this earlier.
I'm gonna assume cash. Cash.
It definitely said cash and then the board said.
Cool.
Definitely cash.
Cool.
Bring cash.
That was a nice talk. So yeah, ice skating this Friday at 8 p.m. It's not really a sign-up thing. Just show up. People will be there. I'll be there at least. I hope other people will go.
Oh, yeah.
If you have ESW swag, wear it so that people can like find our group.
Yeah. Oh,
Again.
anyway, other events coming up. So there's a Sustainable Leaders Retreat, which SG Sustainability Committee is trying to host to really bring a bunch of sustainable clubs together. You'll hear about what SEAL does, what ESW does, and what their missions and goals are, and then how we can support each other. So a lot of last semester was spent working together and seeing how our missions align, going to each other's events, etc. But this would be a really good opportunity to not only learn about other clubs, but also bond a little bit because, yeah, we do all these projects together, we work together, but get to know each other and what our goals are. But RIT Sustainability, which is funding that, is also hosting a Sustainable Living Expo, which we're planning on having a table at, which we could develop as an activity if you have ideas to do something fun there to showcase the club or just come help represent. And then Thermos Thursday is an event we host every year, if not every semester, to help warm up campus. When students bring their own mug, we give them coffee or hot chocolate. So this happens to be planned for Valentine's Day as an excuse because why not? You don't have to care about Valentine's Day, I don't, but other people might like free coffee on that day. So I'll be looking for people to help sign up for that. It's a good way to connect with other people. Everyone's always asking, oh, what's ESW? And then you can go explain about whatever project you're working on or something fun you've done about the club. Then sponsorship and sustainability, employer networking. So this is something that I originally would have liked to have happen last semester, but the vision is to bring employers that focus their industry on sustainability or have some sort of corporate responsibility and sustainability and bring them to us. So it's not so much the career fair where you're going up to companies and being like, yeah, I'm interested in sustainability, and they could care less. So the idea is to really encourage that and harbor something. So that'll be planned for right before the career fair. So hopefully your resume will already be ready, which ESW's in the past done workshops for to help with that too. But that event should be super helpful if we also collect resumes and send them to our sponsor employees. So it's a great networking resource, ESW in general. But we also have some other fun stuff planned, including tours. So Headwater Food Hub was one of the companies that their president and founder, Chris, last name. Yeah, Chris, the founder and president of Headwater Food Hub, spoke at the banquet last semester. Amazing program they have going on. They actually have a CSA that comes to campus, so community supported agriculture, essentially a box of food that comes to campus every semester of local vendors. So we're hoping to tour their facility, as well as Green Spark, which is a solar company in Rochester, and also has an ESW alumni working there. So that should be fun. That'll be happening the 7th of March, but time frame is going to be hairy. Do people have preferences of timing in the afternoon? Some of our options are around 1 to 2 p.m., 2 to 3 p.m., or 3 to 4 p.m. Can I get a
On
reason?
weekday.
Yes, this is a Thursday. If anyone I just want to get a quick poll right now. 1 to 2 p.m. Start timing. Woo!
You have class.
1 to 2?
It's just MSD.
You have class with us.
Oh. I'll go.
All right, 2 to 3. Okay, 3 to 4. Okay, cool. So I'll send out more details on that. It should be exciting. And then we went in the garden, which we'd like to coordinate a work day just to help clean it up again, which could include our plot, but also helping Dawn, who manages it, get it started for the summer term also. But there's other things you can stay in touch with. So the sustainability committee that I mentioned is planning the retreat. They have meetings every Monday that anyone's welcome to attend, and I would highly encourage you to attend. Some of our e-board already goes, but we're considering sending a representative. So if you'd like to get involved in that, they do different charges of things happening on campus, or even just being a connection between ESW and SG is really helpful. So I encourage you checking those out. Flower City Pickers, they work at the public market trying to divert food from the landfill. So we want to host a whole ESW day to go there, but I'd encourage you to also just go on your own, find some friends or a group of your project team to go. And then other volunteering opportunities would be Rocky V, Rochester Electric Vehicle. So they host a lot of ride and drives where people can come and test drive electric vehicles. So you might have the opportunity to share some information about electric vehicles or test drive them yourself. So that was a lot, but it'll be a good semester. And it might seem like a lot, but it's really every other week you have an event or so. So I definitely encourage you to go and get some social aspects too, besides just working on projects, because I think our club works too hard, which is great. Cool stuff.
Okay. Okay, so another event, big event, is annual conference. And this is happening the beginning of April, which, like Chris said, it really isn't all that far away. To give you guys some background, like I said, beginning of April, it's gonna be a Thursday through a Sunday that we would be gone. And what this is it's ESW annual conference. So a bunch of different chapters from all across the nation are gonna be here. It's happening in El Paso, Texas. So what that would mean is this is, a great opportunity to meet with people from other chapters, to network with professionals that are interested in sustainability, attend workshops and panels and hear speakers on all sorts of topics. A couple including, water use, how to handle sustainable agriculture, which is what we just had our banquet on last semester. All of these centered around obviously sustainability, but social, economic, and I'm blanking on the other word, sustainability, but it's sustainability. So if you are interested in attending, what we really want to do is send at least 6 people, either fully or partially funded. But in order to do this, you'd have to fill out the application, which was in the last email. We'll send you another email and probably another email, because we want you guys, if you're really interested, we want you guys to apply. The application for this would close the 30th, January 30th, which is the end of this month. And then we'll let you guys know how much we'd be able to sponsor for you. Just to give you guys an idea, to attend the banquet itself, or the conference itself, is $110, but then we also have to pay for flights and housing, which is where a lot of the money comes in. But if you're really interested in going, you don't have to worry about that because we're gonna give you money to go. So it's a really great opportunity. And if you've never been, I've never been, it's an even more great opportunity for you guys to come and check out what other chapters are doing, to be inspired by what else is being done out there, maybe see somewhere that you could see yourself working full-time in different fields. It should be a really great weekend. So like I said, if you guys are interested, and we sent out the email before with the link, we'll send out another one. It'll take 5 to 10 minutes to fill it out. And then we'll go from there. Does anyone have any questions about that? I just threw a lot at you. Yeah.
When you say partial, how much is partial?
That's a good question. Do you wanna talk about that? I mean.
Sure, I can,
Yeah.
give some information about that.
Sure.
So, right now, the answer is we're not sure. We are still in the process of fundraising. We have applied for a lot of grants already. I don't know.
Which on that note, we're gonna be doing a crowdfunding too. So we'd encourage everyone to share the crowdfunding and show the importance of what this conference can do. But it also depends on the applicants, like how many people really wanna go. Which part of filling out the application shows that you're dedicated and wanna go and we'll wanna help fund you.
Right, I should clarify, if you fill out the application and you decide that you don't wanna go, that's okay, you have some wiggle room there. If it turns out we can't fund you entirely, just fill out the application.
Yeah, if you have an interest, fill out the application. And yeah, it's not like an exact answer, but like she said, we are still fundraising, and it is our intention to do the best that we can, and we're still collecting in money. But we will let you guys know, whoever is determined to end up going, we will let you guys know how much we can provide for you guys or fully fund for you guys to go. And then that would be your decision if you'd want to accept that or not. So we'd give you guys plenty of warning, advance time to think about that.
I should mention, 3 people are going like full ride, so that's set in stone.
Yeah.
Just as like a comment, 6 people applied last year and 6 people went fully funded last year. So, yeah, if that's some context, it behooves you to apply. Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions? You can, there is a link at the top of the application that brings you directly to the ESW annual conference page. And they have the schedule up already, all the workshops and panelists that'll be there, to give you guys a better idea, more than, the 2-minute word vomit that I just gave you. If you wanted to like learn more about what that is going to be like. Okay. I don't know what comes next. Okay.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop this video